Wild. And then Sam gets into the whole Bocephus mode thing, which is the Hank Williams Jr. mode, where he's talking about where they're partying as hard as they possibly can.
Big Al, are you in full Bocephus mode yet or not? Now let me explain something to you. Now, Bocephus mode is a mode that we go into when we're partying about as hard as we possibly can. It's only about that much less than 5150, you see.
And that's kind of playful. This whole tour is very playful and fun and bright. It's very 80s in many ways. But let's get into this, Dave. What do you make of Get Up? Were you a fan of Get Up?
Oh, I love Get Up.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me? I think that's one of the best songs on the album.
Oh, totally.
It's OTT, and I thought, again, they did a great job of it live. I mean, that's just like a great live song. So, the energy is still high. They're still going strong, running all over the stage. And yeah, Sammy's whipping out his I Can't Drive 55 shirt. And right. I'm kind of like, come on, man, this is a Van Halen show. Like, leave your solo career attire at home.
Right.
But when they open with a Sammy Hagar song.
Right.
See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, we know what the set list is now, and we know that they really opened up with You Really Got Me.
Right.
But back then, unless you went to the show, you didn't know what the set list is.
No.
So it's really a statement that they're making.
Right.
That the video opens up with a Sammy song, and then he's whipping out the I Can't Drive 55 shirt.
Right.
And, later on, they'll actually do that song.
Oh, yeah.
And whip out the I Can't Drive 55 guitar. And you can really tell, like, Sammy is in this band, and he is an alpha member of this band.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's not forget that Sammy's manager came in and started managing Van Halen. Now, I just noticed something. You got 2 Sammy Hagar songs, 2 old Van Halen songs. The rest are either new songs from 5150 or they're covers. So it's almost like there was some sort of barter deal. Like, all right, we'll throw 2 old Van Halens. That means Sammy gets 2 of his. Then we'll do almost the entire album with the exception of Inside, and then we'll fill the rest with covers. I mean, if you think about that, the risk on that is insane. I mean, no one would do that today. I mean, the fact that they got away with it is amazing, because to come out with a brand new version of the band and they're going to play their entire album sans one song, and then they're going to only play 2 old songs, and then you're going to...
Well, that was it, right.
And you're going to bring the lead singer in, a new lead singer in, who's going to do 2 of his own solo. I mean, that's insane.
Right. Well, they were always like, well, we're a new band. That was always their thing. We're a new band.
Yeah, I know.
Which always certainly irked you and me, but it's also irked a lot of fans, because we were like, no, you're not a new band. You guys have 6 albums.
I know.
But I mean, that's not,
I know.
What are you talking about?
It's incredible. So anyway, they get to the drum solo. And I've said this before in this podcast, and I'll say it again. The only person who should be taking a solo is Ed. Ed is a master at his instrument. Alex is a wonderful drummer. Mike is a great bassist. But you don't need solos from that. Okay, you know what? A little moment? Yeah, no problem. If you Alex want to take a minute or something to do an extra extended like drum jam or something. But 10 minutes? No. I'm sorry. mic.
No, I agree.
Oh, forget
I agree.
it. Come on, especially when you're cutting songs. I mean,
Yeah.
that's insane.
Well, and if they had cut the solos from the video and kept the songs in,
Oh yeah.
I could totally forgive that. I
With
don't
the
have a
exception
problem
of
with that
Ed's.
at all.
With the exception of Ed's.
But,
of course.
yes,
Yeah.
with the exception of Ed's.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But I'm sitting there like I don't understand.
It's
I
just
really don't understand that either. And this was Al's electronic drum phase where he's still playing the electronic. Although I will say that it is a nice mix between the electronic drums and the acoustic drums.
He has a snare there, and he's got some toms and stuff.
The electronic wasn't overpowering at all.
Right.
I mean, I didn't mind the electronic drums so much on this live performance.
No,
because Alex knew how to play them.
Right, and he also had a mix of the original ones too. So then, but the drum solo, also the solo itself wasn't like Al's best. You know what I mean? It didn't have like the one he does on Pleasure Dome later in the years or something like that. That was a better solo. But really, like I said, Ed's really the one who should be taking the solo. And they did smoke and fireworks, and I think that maybe that was for the video or whatever. I don't know. I thought that was a little weary here.
They did still put a lot into the show.
Yeah, they did.
I will say that there was a lot going on visually with the show.
Yeah.
Which you were kind of worried about because when Roth left, you thought maybe all that stuff would go bye-bye.
Right.
But it did not. Somebody there still said, hey, listen, you guys still have to put on a good show in addition to playing really well.
Right.
So I'm glad that didn't go away.
Right, of course. Now, the funny thing here is this really shocked me, okay? They cut Dreams. Okay, Dreams was in the set list right after the drum solo, and they cut it. How this happened is beyond me, because this was a big hit single from their new album on this tour, and they cut it? What the hell was that?
Bizarre. Yeah.
What the
really
hell
weird.
was that? And I have no idea what the issue was. Now, one thing that's interesting to note, they played 2 nights in New Haven, Connecticut. Apparently, the first night, they had some sound issues or problems, and they couldn't film it. Something happened with that. They were originally going to film it, and then they ended up going with the second night.
Something happened.
Something went wrong. So I don't know. I don't know what happened, why Dreams got cut. Maybe that Sam didn't sound good. I have no idea what happened. But
I think first of all they were kind of like, look, this thing has to be a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Which was about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And then of course the egos get in the way because you got to keep the solos there.
Right.
Yep. And so you go, okay, well then I guess we have space for X amount of songs. But to not include
that was insane.
Dreams, which was a hit single for them at the time. Yeah, very bizarre move.
I don't understand that move. So they go into 5150. And then he says, now it's officially 5150 time, and he's screaming, and Ed's playing his old Kramer's on this tour, and he is jumping around insanely here. And I always wonder if he looks back at this now and goes, oh, I paid for that. Because, you could just tell, because Ed had to have hip replacement and everything, and it wasn't much later, maybe 10 years later, he was in excruciating pain with those hips. And he wasn't exactly an old man. I mean, he was in his early 40s, and he was in extreme pain with his hips. He also, Ed, in this video, really hams it up for the camera. I mean, he's loose and playful like I've never seen him before. He's very buddy-buddy with Sam. It is really, really, obvious that he is just mugging for the camera and winking and thumbs up and all these different things. What do you make of that, Dave?
It's great.
Yeah, no, I know. He seems happy.
It's great. Everybody is in great spirits.
Yeah.
They know where the cameras are.
Right, oh yeah.
But they're making use of it, and, they're not afraid to, be the party band.
Right.
Even though I know Ed in some interviews had said, we're more than a party band. But he's in good spirits. He's jumping all over the place. Well, he's smoking all over the place.
Yeah,
I mean, you talk
smoking.
about looking years later and you're like, wow, now you know why he had hip replacement surgery. Well, now I know why he had other issues too, because he always had a cigarette going.
Oh my God, nonstop.
Sitting in the guitar, right? Like he couldn't let it go for the 2 hours he was doing the show. So that unfortunately speaks volumes. But yeah, I mean, high energy the whole show. These guys are having a blast with each other,
Right.
with the fans, but not missing a beat. I mean, right? These guys are running all over the place,
Right.
And Ed is still playing.
Holy
and,
cow!
In addition to watching the video, I also listened to audio of the show.
Oh yeah,
which I had, which actually it turned out you had given me.
Yep.
Years ago.
Yeah.
And to listen to the show without hearing it, it's still amazing.
Oh, it's unbelievable
in terms of performance.
Yep.
I mean, it blows the video they did after that. For
yeah.
For unlawful carnal knowledge.
Yeah.
Out the water. So again, I mean, performance wise, this show is just great. And to just listen to it.
Yeah.
But when you watch these guys on stage having a grand old time with the light show and them running all over the place,
right.
I mean, why wouldn't you want to be there? It's just killer.
Oh, absolutely. And, the funny thing is that you really see the backbone of Van Hagar because you see Mike and Sam just blending those harmonies. They are hitting everyone over the head with it, especially on 5150. The vocals are unreal. And, they never really did this song enough. I really felt. I love this song. It was one of my all-time favorite Van Hagar songs, and they really never did it enough. Maybe because it was so vocally challenging. Because oh my God, was he going high?
He was.
Wow.
He was. I mean, never mind, he always points out Dreams is a tough one to sing.
Yeah, that's another tough one, yeah.
And it is, but this one is tough too.
Yep.
I will give props to Ed for background vocals as well.
Yep.
Because he was a part of that, and the background vocals, they sound solid.
Right.
They don't sound piped in to me.
Right.
So I don't think there was any shenanigans going on with the background vocals like there were on later tours.
Right.
But between Mike, of course, and Ed and Sam knocking out the background vocals, and the other great thing about 5150, the song, is that there are quite a few fans out there who think this is Ed's greatest solo ever.
And let me tell you something. This version is off the charts.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's phenomenal. I mean, I certainly agree that it's one of his best solos ever, but he's really knocking it out of the park with quite a few solos on this show. I mean, look, these guys are at the top of their game.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, arguably at the peak of their powers.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's some people who are going to say, no, it was the 81 tour.
Yeah.
Well, I get that. You're right. But certainly with Sam, I would say they're still, I mean, they're not phoning it in.
Not at all. These guys are going for it because they have something to prove here. People have to realize that this band, although successful and multi-platinum albums, and they're all big rock stars, These guys had to come out and win everyone over, and they did it. And they did it with a really powerful album, with a really good tour.